But all right, so on to some good news.
Mm-hmm.
So Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 10 minutes of gameplay dropped yesterday on the 28th. So first impressions of this gameplay, and this is not me hating on the game. Obviously, loved Breath of the Wild. We talked about this before. That's the only reason you bought a Switch. That's one of the reasons I bought a Switch. I from the trailers thought the game looked way better than it did. That's the only thing I want to say about it. The game still looks good. Breath of the Wild, I think the art style that they picked for that game is like a timeless art style. I don't think they had to change anything. But I will say that I remember when the trailers came out and there was this whole discussion of, can this actually even run on a Switch? Right? Like, so that's when the Switch Pro debate started again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we watched this
Well,
10-minute started again. I won't say started it, but started again about a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 or whatever it is. But
mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to look better or be like a little more updated, but it's Legend of Zelda, right? Like I know for a fact we're going to review this game,
Absolutely.
but it looked great. I mean, I liked the
Beautiful graphics.
yeah, like I said, they're not bad graphics.
Yeah, they just don't look as updated as
I
we
thought they were
would
going to
have
be.
assumed.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I don't like this. It might actually look different, like once we're actually in front of like a
it could.
TV playing
It
the
could.
game.
I don't
Uh,
play, so my wife plays when she plays the Switch, she has to play it on the TV.
mm-hmm.
I don't like to play the Switch docked because of the fact that you get lower frame rates.
Mm-hmm.
And being like a super huge PC person, and then obviously when I play PlayStation, it's always performance mode. I love frames, but
Yep.
yeah, when I said that, I wasn't trying to say that it looks bad because it definitely doesn't look bad. It's an amazing art style, and obviously the big takeaway for me with this gameplay video is like, I want to say like the crafting system, because that's what I know. It's like
Yeah,
abilities, but to me,
I,
it's a crafting system.
yeah, I felt like we could go ahead and just kind of individually break down and go through the new abilities that were showcased in the gameplay. Which, by the way, first of all, I gotta say, I'm so impressed with how big this world is because it's still the same uh, map as Breath of the Wild. There's a few changes here and there, and now they have these floating islands.
Yeah,
And the transition from the ground to the floating islands and from the floating islands back down to the ground is completely seamless. Like there's like no loading. Like you just drop down anywhere. Like to have this big of a world run as well as at least even back in Breath of the Wild to have that massive world run as well as it did, I thought was impressive.
no, and that's what I mean when I was saying too, because I feel like people would get a little upset by me talking about the graphics of the game. The
Mm-hmm.
game Breath of the Wild was absolutely beautiful, and it did not need to be changed. I just thought from the original trailers with like the
That there would
volumetric
be some.
clouds and like all these kind
Mm-hmm.
of things, it looked like it had gotten a graphical update. Watching the gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, the graphics are Breath of the Wild graphics, which is still amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go through. Let's go through. The first one was Fuse, right?
It was actually no. The first one that they used was called Recall. It gives Link the ability to rewind
Oh yeah, to get
an
on to
object time.
to get onto the
Yeah.
yeah.
So the way they had it was a chunk of rock fell from one of the sky islands
Mm-hmm.
onto the ground, and what you do is you hop on one of these rocks, use Recall, and while you're on the rock, it floats you back up to the island. Um,
which is
So like
where it was absolutely seamless, and you just floated up there,
yeah,
um,
and
glided
that's
to the island.
yeah. And as far as we know, that's the only use we've seen so far with the play. I am very curious as to how it can be used for other aspects of the game, like maybe in combat,
Dude,
um, puzzle
it's
solving.
yeah, I was about to say it's Legends of Zelda. That's going to be used for some puzzles for sure.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, as of right now, that looks to be the only way to get up to the Sky Islands. Until the game comes out, maybe we'll see other ways.
Yeah.
And then
Then it was Fuse.
yes, moving on, we have Fuse. So this was awesome. This is very, I want to say it's very Dead Rising, where you just combine uh, different like weapons and objects to create new weapons. So you could,
That's where it's like literally to me it's like uh Zelda's getting a crafting system to me. That's what it kind of it felt like to me.
mhm.
Which is the way I look at it, which to me is great. That's a great thing. Um but yeah, dude, like being able to fuse the I like where you just he had a stick and he just put a boulder on it.
Yep,
It's
just
like
made this big hammer. Yeah.
I just made a hammer. It's like, yes, you did. You sure did.
I was also really impressed with okay, so like hitting moving targets, you
Oh,
can
the
take
eye.
yeah, you could take an
Yeah.
arrow. Yeah, you take an arrow, you combine that with a Keese eyeball, and when you fire it, it creates a homing arrow to hit the nearest target, which is going to come in a lot of handy for me. I'm terrible when it comes to like hitting like moving objects with the bow and arrow. So thank God for that.
Well, and two, you
Um,
can craft where they were talking about like you can craft like freeze element stuff, like
yeah, a
items.
frost. Yeah, there was like a white chew jelly can make combined with an arrow can make a frost arrow.
Yeah, that stuff.
Um,
I'm telling you, dude, it's a crafting system, and the way they did it, they did a crafting system in like, but made it make sense in Zelda,
yeah,
and it's awesome.
yeah, I love this new ability. I'm definitely like, and I'm gonna have so much fun just experimenting. Like,
Oh yeah,
what
yeah,
can
yeah.
I create?
No,
Like,
yeah.
this is gonna be a lot of fun. Another one I really liked was the combining a shield with that puff shroom. So when you hold your shield
Yeah, you got
out,
a smoke
and
screen.
yeah, an enemy
Yeah.
hits you, smoke goes everywhere, and then you're concealed, and you can go up behind them, sneak up, and hit them with a sneak attack for a damage multiplier.
Dude,
Like
there's
it's
gonna
just
be I'm imagining right now the YouTube channels that are dedicated to like the best combinations.
yeah. There's already even in Breath of the Wild, you saw like where people could like launch themselves across the map with the items that they had.
Have you watched a
This is
speed
gonna
run?
be.
Have you watched like Breath of the Wild
Uh,
speed runs?
I think I might have seen one. It's been a while.
I love the speed running community. Like I don't have any interest in speed running, but I like watching people like speed run like Demon Souls and Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Like I love that stuff, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Um
Um. So yeah, man, this is a very welcome mechanic into the Legend of Zelda series. We're gonna have a lot of fun just experimenting with different combinations. I can't wait to see what we can create.
yeah. And then you could
Um,
build a raft, dude.
yep. Moving on, we have Ultra Hand. So you can, which is it's just like Fuse, except it's for building structures. So you can create stuff like rafts to help like get you across like a large body of water because you know the stamina system is back.
Mm-hmm. Looks
So
just the same.
yeah, you're swimming through water that depletes, you're gonna drown. So yeah, that's where Ultra Hand comes in a lot of handy. You can just take like chunks of wood, stick them together, stick a fan onto it, and then you could create like a sail, and then just go across the water.
Well, I loved
Um,
too this like the screenshots they showed of like it looked like they built built like a car or like that, and they built like a hot air balloon
Right.
looking thing. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff is
So
really, really cool. Like so a lot of people know, like for me at least, like survival games. Like I love survival games. I love Scum, DayZ, like all those kind of games. So I love a good Subnautica. I love a good crafting system, but I don't like when games force a crafting system, right?
mhm.
So or when it doesn't really make sense. So they did it in a way I don't think they could have done a crafting system in a better way than they did for
Mhm.
Zelda. So I'm super
Well,
excited. I'll probably end up spending a lot of time just slapping stuff together, trying to make something that moves.
yeah. Oh my
Um,
god. I can imagine us like experimenting with different stuff, and then the amount of like stuff that's just not gonna work.
oh yeah, I know stuff just
Like, we're
epic failures. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be cool.
um oh man. But yeah, honestly, like it feels like with this Legend of Zelda, with this Ultra Hand and Fuse, uh it is gonna be so much fun for people to just get creative. They just to be able to like slap stuff together, experiment with different ways of overcoming an obstacle or a challenge.
Well,
Um,
replayability too. Breath of the Wild already has crazy replayability, and when you add to a game like that a way to do things differently every single time, it just adds to people are going to keep playing the game longer.
it kind of
So
feel honestly, like kind of it's giving me the same vibes as like the way God of War Ragnarok built upon God of War 2018,
yeah,
where it was just like game phenomenal, and all they did was just add more onto it.
yeah, and make it better. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're right.
that's the feeling I'm getting with Tears of the Kingdom.
You can't forget
Super.
they talked about, what was it, Ascend?
Yes. So the final ability that they showcased for the gameplay is called Ascend. This ability will allow you to pretty much just float through ceilings. Um, in the gameplay, they showcase this by walking into a cave using Ascend, and you go through the cave ceiling and you pop up right on top of the hill where the cave was located. So this is going to add like a whole new level of verticality and traversal for the game, which I mean, honestly, it's just more excitement, man.
Yeah.
Like they just well done. This is gonna save you a lot more time and energy rather than just climbing up the side of a mountain, constantly just eating food to get that stamina back up.
Hmm.
This is gonna help out with that a lot. So yeah, it's like they took um, a lot of the tediousness from Breath of the Wild when it came to traversal, and they gave Link these new abilities that helps overcome that sort of uh, tediousness. So, like, I just well done, Nintendo. Uh, love these abilities. I love how creative they are. I can't wait to see how they help in other aspects of the game. And I'm just I'm excited for the game, man. I really have nothing left to say other than I can't wait for the game to come out. Getting it day one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you were going to build hype up and put your trust in any company to deliver like a beloved IP to deliver a good game, I think Nintendo's got your back on that one. I think this is going to be an amazing game. I'm also looking forward to it. Can't wait to play it. The last game on Nintendo that I bought day one was oh my god, the Pokemon game, but it was the first one that came out on Switch.
Let's see, what was it?
Oh, I can't believe I forgot. It's not going to come to me because I'm trying to think about it. But that was
Yeah.
the first game. That was the first game that I went and bought day one. I remember I got off work and drove straight to GameStop
Was it
and picked up my
Astral
copy.
Chain?
No, Pokemon.
Oh, it was a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that was the first game I bought day one for the
Oh,
Switch.
okay.
Yeah. So this will definitely be one of those. I'll definitely be there to get it day one, so we can
Which,
get that.
by the way,
we can get that
don't
review out to you guys.
yeah, don't know if you heard, because I think it was actually pretty recent as well. I believe Tears of the Kingdom has now gone gold. The game's complete. It's ready.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be coming out May 12th.
Yes, sir.
So, couple of months, man.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. That's all the news we got for you guys today.